and welcome to Serendipity Intended. It is day 12 of Dephemerember, and the prompt for today is bookmark and clear packaging. So I'm going to change things up a little bit, and that is I'm not going to work in the journal for most of the video today because I'm making a bookmark. But I did want to first just show you briefly. Here we are with our prompt. So day 12, bookmark in clear packaging. And I am going to be making a bookmark and a pocket to hold it and other things that is going to go on this back page here. So what I am going to do real quick is just binder clip this so that I can actually put this on here too, just to give it some weight so it stays down. I picked this. It's a Tim Holtz bit from one of his kits. I got it, I think, last year. I wasn't sure what to do with it, but it's the perfect size for a bookmark. So I thought what I would do is, and I like the way that it looks here, so I can use it as I'm using the journal as a bookmark to sort of mark my page, and then at the end I can stick it in a pocket here and keep it. So that is the plan, and I've got some bits and pieces here. I have this clear packaging that I'm going to use to make a pocket. I probably am going to end up folding this piece here inside, like so, just so that I can access the pocket more easily. And then this can go inside of the clear pocket. I think I am going to keep it up a little bit so that the bookmark will stick out the top, and also so that I have some room down below to maybe journal a little bit. I also need to fix this spot right here where I didn't quite cover this. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. This is going to just have some backing paper in it to give it a little bit more substance. And you know, I did this, and then I realizing now that it's not quite laying flat because I didn't trim off this so that it could be flat, and it's bothering me. So there, with the edges trimmed off, now that can truly sit flat. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, this is the color scheme. You can see that works really well together. So I want to do something on the back that is going to match with that. And I grabbed this red, and I do like the red quite a bit. I was hoping maybe to get some contrast and get some of the gray here. That's definitely not the right color. And while that's interesting, I don't think it works with what I'm trying to do here. So we'll get rid of that. Now I also have this, which could work as a pocket. It's a little more neutral, and that would bring more attention to what was going on here. So yeah, I actually think I kind of like the North Pole News. So we'll go with that for the inside of this pocket. And so now I just need to mark where I need to cut it. And I'm just gonna take the outside edge and the outside edge here, and then grab my paper cutter. Isn't quite on camera, I'm sorry. Here, and then just inside here. I might not have done that enough. Let's see. Good grief. Nope, did not trim enough. So we'll take a smidgen off that side, and we'll take a smidgen off this side and see if that is enough. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. And then I need to there. I should have marked that on this side. So about there. Let's see. How did we do? How did we do? Okay, that like works pretty well as a pocket. Now what I want to do, because I want this to stay stuck, is I'm going to take a little bit of my white glitter glue, or my art glitter glue rather, and I'm going to go along the back edge here so that it will stay stuck. And then ultimately I'll go ahead and glue this in. I'm not going to worry about that right at the moment, but that'll sit there, and then this can go inside. Now I do want to grab, oh, gracious, I do want to grab this. And I just took a little teeny snippet out of here so that, I wonder if I can, no, it's not gonna work, so that I can catch this a little bit easier. Okay, so that's gonna go there, and actually like this black with the gray, that makes a whole lot of sense to my brain. Okay, so now I need to do something with this bookmark, or this bit, to actually make it a bookmark. It's certainly the right shape. I think this is the top rather than this way. So this feels like the top. So I was thinking, again, that idea of clear packaging. So I was thinking that maybe I could use, this is packaging that is clear, so get another bit of clear packaging here, and maybe kind of fold this up and make a little bit of like a kind of tassel of sorts at the top, so that it's a little fancy. So that's what I thought I would do that, and I also like the red. So I'm gonna grab my scissors and trim off. Actually, no, I'm gonna use my decal scissors. Give it a little bit more interesting edge. There we go. Okay. So now we've got this, and then I was thinking I would fold it sort of pleated to go across, so that it's kind of like that. So let's see, if I do a little bit here like that. I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing, so this is definitely a little bit of trusting the process and hoping that it works. So glue those down, and then does it work with just a little fold? No, it doesn't quite work with a fold like that. I think we need to fold it a little bit more this way. That works. Okay, so now I gotta, oops, definitely helps to take the pin out. Add some glue here. Add some glue here. And some glue here. All right. Okay. So that's all right, but it feels really unfinished to me. So let's see. I have a ton of Christmas washi tape. So let's grab some bits and bubbles and see if there's anything that I'm grabbing the thinner ones predominantly. The snowflakes are cute. Okay, let's see. This does not want to stay down. Did I glue it? I thought I glued it. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, it just feels, really unfinished. Okay, that helps, and it ties in with the black here. So I'm just gonna bring this around. I don't know yet what I'm gonna do with the back. Okay, that's fun, but it needs something else. Does it need the red? Does it need the silver? Let's see. Of course, finding the edge of this might be a battle. There we go. I like that it pulls in the sparkle, the shiny from the plastic up at the top. So that's sort of fun. All right, we're gonna keep that. This is not super sticky, so I am gonna grab my art glitter glue and just add oh my. Okay. That works. And then I think I'm going to do the red as well, because now that red looks a little bit unfinished to me. So I'll use the red washi to clean that up. Yeah, that works. That works better. And then again, we'll put a little bit of glitter glue on the back here to help keep it stuck down. because as a bookmark, this is going to get some use. So better to be safe than sorry. Okay, so that's kind of fun. And I do feel like it needs a little one extra thing here. I'm just not sure what that is yet. And then the back, I think, is kind of plain. So I need to jazz it up a bit. I do have the rest of this paper. It's just not, none of it's wide enough. And the piece that is wide enough is too short. I just really do like the idea of connecting this. Maybe not. Maybe just because that ties in with that as well. Although I do want this to be someplace that I can journal. It needs to be something that is journalable. Let me see. Let me look through my stash and see what I can find. All right, so I grabbed some papers, and I can already tell that some of them are completely wrong, like this one. Wow, that is incredibly bright. This, though, which I wasn't originally thinking of, totally could work. It's a lot more muted. So I'll hang on to that one. This also, I think, is too bright, and while that actually does work, I'm not 100% sure I could journal on it unless I used this strip and wrote in a gel pen, which could work. So I will hang on to that as well. This is light, it's fine, it doesn't do anything for me. And then this I grabbed just because it's very neutral, but I think I'd lose too much of the Santa and it wouldn't be worth it. The last one that I had was this, which really does pick up the blues nicely, and it makes a great journaling spot for the back. And as much as I think this, oh, now I've got a problem. What do I want? Do I want this to this? So it's just really journalable. Flip over to that. I think it's this one. I'm not in love with the green, and the blue-gray, it just kind of falls short. I think it's going to be this one. I think. So definitely need to trim it down. And as I said, I'm going to keep this black bit in the center and use it. So in order to do this, let's move this over a bit. I'm going to glue this on, and then I'll trim it later. Now, do I want the black on top, or do I want the red on top? I think I want the red on top. Okay, so let me add the glue here. Okay. All right. right. Okay, and then I just need something there. Okay, so I have this little hole punch circle that I'm going to just draw a little bit of a black line around to give it some extra definition. And then I'm going to adhere this epoxy sticker to it. And again, the sticker is fairly sticky, but I've had it a long time, so I'm going to reinforce it a bit with some glitter glue. And then I'm going to add some glue here and just make that little bubble. So there's the front of our little bookmark, and the back is just that. And there we go. And then our back cover here, I do need to add a little bit of trim here, and I'm going to put something down here as well. So in terms of trim, I don't want anything super obvious. I want to hide this, but not draw attention to it. And I have this little bit of washi right here that I think will work well. It's neutral. It's got a little bit of red on it, so I think it will blend nicely, but it's not super obvious. And then I can just, there we go. There, so it mostly just disappears. Again, it's not really so much about the washi as it is about covering up the little spot that I didn't quite get to. All right, and then this will sit in here or here. And I want it to stick out about to there. All right, so that means I need to, oops, I don't want the marker. That means I need to put that about there. Now I'm going to put the adhesive on the back here and adhere it to the page. So I do think what I'm going to do, just for grins and giggles, is I'm going to do the top and I'm going to do the bottom. And I'm going to leave the two sides open. And my rationale for doing that is that the pocket then also can be a tuck spot if I decide that I want or need to use it that way. If not, it's fine just the way that it is. There we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. And I wanted it about here. There we go. So we have our little pocket with some clear packaging and a place to hold the bookmark, as well as a place to tuck in other things later on as I decide that I need to or want to. And now I just want to fill the bottom here with something. And I've got all my little cute little tags and stuff. And this is sort of fun. I also do need to work in the number 12 because this is prompt 12. So I was thinking maybe I could do that right there. There's little gift labels. This one works better color-wise. Well, that works because I want to leave this open in case there's something else to put. Although I do kind of like this up there too. I do want to see that. I'm just going to leave it just like this. And then maybe I should do it this way. Yep, I'm going to do that. So we'll put this here and get our, actually I think I'm going to get, since this is a little bit glossy, I'm going to grab my archival permanent waterproof instead. And it's 12. So we'll grab 12 and then we will stamp 12. I have the worst time with these stamps, not getting the edge of the stamp when I do it. It's just a problem. Okay, but that works. And I can minimize the impact with that, with a little bit of lines with the black Sharpie. And yeah, there we go. Okay. So this one feels a little unfinished just because there's not other things in this pocket. But as I mentioned, I want to be able to have room to put other things in here later on. So I don't want to fill it up too much just yet. Oh, actually, that's kind of fun. Let me do that real quick. Glue that on. Actually, I think maybe another piece of this tape would be better. I think it'll stay stuck on the plastic a little better. There, that'll be on the top, and then that way if there's something behind it, it'll sit on front. Okay, so that is our page. We've got our little pocket, our bookmark that can come in and out. We also do have, this is a tuck spot behind here, so if I wanted to, of course now I can't get it to cooperate. If I wanted to include something here, I could stick that in. I'd probably put a little tab or something on it so it could be found, but that can be a tuck spot or not. Anyway, there we go. That is our day 12 prompt, our bookmark. And as always, I hope that you make an absolutely great day.